Today, we're going to unlock the most fundamental blueprint of all life. We're talking about the instruction manual that's tucked inside nearly every single one of your cells. Let's dive in.
I mean, think about it for a second. There's got to be some kind of master plan, right? A universal code that tells a tiny seed how to become a giant tree, or a single cell how to become, well, you. So, what is this incredible secret set of instructions?
The answer, of course, is DNA. And that stands for, get ready for it, deoxyribonucleic acid. It is quite literally the instruction manual for building and maintaining an organism. Every living thing has it, and it's the key to everything that makes us who we are.
So, what does this amazing blueprint actually look like? To really understand the code, we first have to get a feel for the structure it's written on. You've definitely seen this iconic shape before. It's the double helix, probably one of the most famous structures in all of science. And it's famous for a really good reason. Its elegant, twisted form is the secret to how it can store and copy so much information so perfectly. Now, that term, double helix, might sound a little complicated, but the easiest way to picture it is just to think of a microscopic, twisted ladder. Seriously, that simple analogy is the key to understanding how this whole thing fits together.
And just like any ladder, it's got two main parts. You've got the long, twisting sides. Those are called the sugar-phosphate backbones, and they give it its structure. But the real magic, the part where all the information is, that's in the rungs that connect them.
Okay, so let's zoom in on those rungs. They aren't just there for support. They actually form a four-letter alphabet that spells out the entire story of life. Believe it or not, this entire genetic alphabet has just four letters: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. We just call them A, T, C, and G for short. Every single instruction in your body, every trait, is written using just these four letters. But here's the kicker. It's not just a random jumble. These letters pair up in a very specific way. And this rule is absolutely essential for DNA to work, for it to copy itself, and, for life to even exist at all. And the rule is so simple, it's beautiful. A always pairs with T, and C always pairs with G. Every time. It's like a perfect chemical handshake. These pairs form the rungs of our twisted ladder, holding the whole thing together with incredible precision. So here's the most important thing to get. It's the order of these letters along one side of the ladder that forms the code. A sequence like ATTCG might be the instruction for one thing, while GCTAA is the instruction for something totally different. Okay, so we've got a code, a static string of letters. But how does that actually do anything? How does this instruction manual get read and turned into real physical action in your body?
Well, the instructions are organized into genes. A good way to think about it is that your entire DNA is a giant cookbook. Each gene is just a single recipe for building one specific thing, and usually that thing is a protein.
And why are proteins such a big deal? Because they are the workhorses of your body. They're the tiny machines doing almost all the work. They digest your food, carry oxygen, contract your muscles, fight off germs. They do just about everything. So turning that gene recipe into an actual protein is this beautiful multi-step process. First, inside the cell's main office, the nucleus, a little temporary copy of the gene is made. That's called transcription. Then that copy travels out of the nucleus and gets handed to a molecular machine called a ribosome. The ribosome then reads the copy's instructions, that's translation, and starts assembling the protein piece by piece, exactly the way the code said to. The scale of this whole operation is just mind-boggling. The human genome, that's our complete set of DNA, has the recipes for over 20,000 different kinds of proteins. It's this huge library of tools that allows for something as complex as a human being to exist. Now, the DNA code isn't just static. It's not set in stone. It has to be copied every single time a cell divides. It can change over time. And now, we're learning how to use it in ways that used to be pure science fiction. The code keeps itself going through replication, this amazing process where the DNA ladder unzips and makes a near-perfect copy. But, sometimes a little typo slips in. We call that a mutation. And over millions and millions of years, those rare beneficial mutations are the engine that drives evolution. And you should never, ever underestimate the power of one single letter. A tiny typo, changing just one A to a T out of 3 billion letters, can sometimes have massive consequences, for better or for worse. And we can actually see how this plays out.
That huge bar on the left shows that most mutations are totally harmless. They don't do anything at all. The middle bar, that's the small fraction that can be harmful, maybe leading to diseases. And that tiny, tiny little bar on the end, that's the super rare mutation that's actually beneficial, the kind that gives a new advantage. Our ability to read this code has already changed our world. We use it to solve crimes, to create personalized medicines based on your unique genes, to trace our family trees back for centuries, and with new technologies like CRISPR, we're even learning how to edit the code itself. And this brings us to a really profound moment. For almost the entire history of life on Earth, we were just subject to the code. But now, we've moved from being able to just read the code of life to be able to actively rewrite it. And that leaves us with a huge final thought. We now hold the pen that writes the language of life itself. The question isn't really, can we rewrite it anymore? It's, should we? As we stand on the edge of this incredible new frontier, what will we choose to create?